Good afternoon and welcome to Lariat TV News Today. I'm Kennedy Dendy.
And I'm Meredith Aldis. Thanks for joining us.
A prayer service was held Monday for those affected by one of the deadliest shootings in American history. The chaplain's office invited Baylor students and faculty for an intimate service Monday on Founders Mall to grieve the passing of the 17 students and faculty from Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida, who were killed last Wednesday in a school shooting. Carlos Colon, Assistant Director of Worship and Chapel, said he has seen an increase in the student concern about events like the Florida shooting. Unlike gatherings in the past, this service was specifically requested by students who recognize that in times like this, our campus must come together through faith and prayer.
Baylor's Board of Regents held its first meeting of the year Friday morning and discussed the implementation of Phase 2 of Baylor's Pro-Futurist vision. This vision includes the academic strategic plan called Illuminate, which is named after Baylor's Running Lights theme, including the recent Where Lights Shine Bright campaign. President Linda Livingstone said in a statement that the plan signifies a growing dedication to the search for new knowledge, not only for the sake of knowledge, but for the love of truth illuminated by faith. Interim Provost Dr. Michael McClendon had previously told faculty the administration has identified 7 initiatives for Baylor to focus on moving forward.
A former Baylor student on death row has been granted a recommendation for a lesser sentence just one day before his scheduled execution. On Tuesday, the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles voted in favor of clemency for Thomas Bart Whitaker. If approved by Governor Greg Abbott, this action would change Whitaker's sentence to life in prison and not death by execution. This 38-year-old was initially sentenced to the death penalty after an investigation revealed he had planned a staged burglary and murder-for-hire scheme that would leave his family dead. His motive was a $1.5 million inheritance, according to court documents. Since then, his father, Kent Whitaker, has been actively involved in seeking a lighter sentence for his son. Keith Hampton, Bart's attorney, said they are hopeful the governor will approve this recommendation. Greg Abbott.
Baylor's Diana R. Garland School of Social Work has brought the Artifacts of Human Trafficking exhibit to campus. The exhibit was put together by Austin artist Amy Stone King. King said she wants viewers of her exhibition to understand in a safe environment the emotional, physical, and spiritual effects of being a sex slave. She hopes to challenge viewers to use the information they learn from the exhibition to continue the conversation. The exhibit had its soft opening on February 12th and will be open to the public starting Thursday through March 16th at the School of Social Work at 811 Washington Avenue.
Mission Waco recognized Baylor students and organizations who have devoted time to the community at a banquet on Tuesday. LTVN reporter Meredith Aldis has the story.
The Mission Waco annual banquet held in the Waco Convention Center recognized 6 Baylor students and 2 Baylor organizations by receiving the Servant Leadership Awards. Amy Adams and Emily Nayland have served at Mission Waco at least once a week for 3 years.
Getting outside of yourself and understanding the people that are around you and the community you're a part of, I think is really important. So,
Baylor students are the best both ways. They're going to leave Waco, change people. They're going to think about what does it mean to do what Mission Waco did in my town, and so it's like we're getting to enjoy it locally, but also watching the transformation of the world.
Some criteria for the award includes consistently showing up, building relationships, and inevitably changing lives.
I love just when you walk in the door, the kids, because they know us now, will run up and be like, Amy or Emily, or sometimes they'll mix us up.
It's life-changing, not only for the inner city folks, but for the Baylor students.
Jimmy Dorrell says there are 2 reasons for a banquet each year: to celebrate what God has done in the community and to challenge people to donate and change their lifestyle for the better. For Lariat TV News Today, I'm Meredith Aldis.
Tasty traditions from Brazil have made their way all the way to Waco.
We'll tell you what farmers market booths to look out for right after this.
It's not just a school to me, it's home.
Everyone's there to help you and to see you succeed.
Challenging.
You're like, I'm here, I can do this. Friends.
Friendship.
Relationships.
There's people that know you and people that are there for you around every corner.
It's the shared experience. Rigorous.
Growth.
Transformative. Tradition.
Tradition.
Faith.
Faith.
I've loved every second of it. It's family.
It's home.
It's Baylor.
In honor of National Engineers Week, Baylor's Mayborn Museum is hosting engaging and informative activities. The events will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day until Saturday. The museum held an informative discussion on Tuesday called Hidden Heroes, Engineering a Better World One Design at a Time, led by President of Capstone Mechanical Rick Tullis. Tullis said engineering is more than just sitting behind a computer screen, and there are many opportunities for people interested in pursuing an engineering career. This Thursday, the Mayborn Museum will also host Girl Day from 4:30 to 7:30 to encourage women to consider careers in the engineering field. The activities for Engineering Week are included in the price of admission, and Baylor students get in for free.
A Waco couple's home is on sale for nearly $1 million after it was remodeled by Chip and Joanna Gaines. The home was originally purchased for $28,000. People magazine has reported 7 fixer-upper homes are on the market, which has given home sellers the opportunity to make a high profit. Homeowners are also listing their fixer-upper homes on Airbnb or VRBO for around $250 to $350 a night. Some of these homes are already booked all the way through summer.
Do you want to become an internet sensation? Take notes from Baylor junior Carly Rude, whose Instagram story has gone viral. I put my tennis shoes on with my slacks and found out more.
I had to dress the part for this interview. She's got her tennis shoes on with her slacks. She's got her tennis shoes on with her slacks.
A Baylor student was walking to class when she saw a Baylor professor wearing a suit and some tennis shoes, so she decided to video him with a little jingle she came up with and posted on her Instagram story. What happened next was something she didn't expect.
A bunch of people responded, they're like, "This is such a jam." I was like, okay.
The story kept going and started building with instruments and more people.
It could be one of those things people forget about next week, or it could just keep going. I don't know.
She has received over 50 submissions, some from people she has never even met, like Riley Choquette, who made an entire song from this jingle.
Got 10 issues on my mind, I'm fine. Sometimes feeling like I only ever
I just pictured kind of who would be wearing tennis shoes and slacks, and this guy that has a crazy day and is going to his Lifetime Fitness and has something important later, like a job fair, and he remembered to bring a change of clothes, but he forgot the shoes.
When asked if Riley or Carly wanted to record and produce the song, their responses were,
I definitely wouldn't be opposed to it. I think that Carly should be the one singing it, though.
If it happens, it happens. If not, I don't care. You know, it's just like, it's just funny that this is happening, because anyone who follows me knows that I do this like stupid stuff like this all the time.
Baylor Admissions got a hold of the video, posted it on their Instagram, and even made their own rendition.
Sharing this quirky, fun thing from a student, and not only does Baylor approve of it and like it, but they embrace it and take it on on their own. I think that shows not only how fun the university's students are, but how fun the university is.
Carly's video has over 65,000 views, and after watching it, you too will have the jingle stuck in your head all day. For Lariat TV News Today, I'm Meredith Aldis.
Can perceptions of God lead to increased well-being of the elderly? PhD candidate Kent Blake says the answer is yes. Blake has researched attachment theory, which says a person's idea of God reflects other areas in their life. 1,500 elderly participants from across the country were given surveys to evaluate their thoughts and perceptions on God. The surveys were compared to the individual's life satisfaction, self-esteem, and optimism. According to his research, elders who identified with a strong faith in God were happier, partially due to the supportive outreach associated with their churches. Participants with lesser or no attachment to God experienced mild to good mental health, but not as great as those who had a strong attachment.
The Waco Downtown Farmers Market features an array of vendors every Saturday morning. This week, we're shining the spotlight on one booth in particular. Lua Brazilian cheese bread was initially founded by Austin-based real estate agent Cristiana Prado. Lua distributes its bread to 10 farmers markets throughout Texas, and the vendors who greet Waco's market goers each Saturday have become familiar faces to the Waco community. Husband and wife duo Rick and Leal de Carvalho have manned the luau stand in Waco for nearly a year. Rick spent the first 20 years of his life in Brazil and said the cheese bread they sell is an accurate representation of the bread enjoyed in Brazilian culture. Lua is at the Waco Downtown Farmers Market every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Lady Bears have been dominating the Big 12.
While the men dropped a big game last night against West Virginia, we've got sports coming up next.
It's not just a school to me, it's home.
Everyone's there to help you and to see you succeed.
Challenging.
You're like, I'm here, I can do this.
Friends.
Friendship.
Relationships.
There's people that know you and people that are there for you around every corner.
It's the shared experience. Rigorous.
Growth.
Transformative.
Tradition.
Faith.
I've loved every second of it. It's family.
It's home.
It's Baylor.
Baylor men's basketball faced a tough West Virginia team last night in what ended up being a one-sided affair at the Farrell Center. LTVN's Branson Hardcastle has the story.
One of the few bright spots on the court Tuesday night came from a sport usually played on grass. The Baylor football team held a dunk contest at halftime, and B.J. Thompson took home the crown, dunking over 2 people. The basketball team could have used Thompson's help against a tough defense as Baylor was plagued by turnovers and poor shooting against West Virginia.
I thought the turnovers in the beginning, some of them were self-induced. Some of their shot blocking obviously affected some things, but I really credit their physicality for being the biggest difference in the game. We didn't handle it.
The Mountaineers held Baylor to just 32% shooting, anchored by great interior defense. They also blocked 13 shots and altered many others.
And tonight countless times, I think I was 1 for 7. All my shots are at the rim, and got to finish. You get there, it's hard to get there in college. When you get to the paint, you got to finish, and we just didn't do that.
The Bears went on a run in the second half, cutting a 28-point deficit down to 12. But West Virginia's Daxter Miles Jr. stopped the bleeding by hitting a clutch and 1-3.
That three-point shot that was an and one was that looking back's a dagger. I mean, you spend that much energy, and that's a 4-point play.
That 4-point play put the Mountaineers up by 16, diminishing Baylor's momentum. The Bears were not able to recover after that shot, falling to West Virginia 71-60, ending their 5-game win streak. Reporting for Lariat TV News Today, I'm Branson Hardcastle.
Baylor's women's basketball team clinched its 8th consecutive Big 12 championship Monday night in Austin after they defeated the University of Texas 93-87. Here's what the Lady Bears head coach Kim Mulkey had to say about the title and their 23rd straight win.
These kids don't come to Baylor to win games, they come to win championships. And they don't run their mouth about how many championships they're going to win. They just go out and play hard. They have a competitive fire within. They have a coach that has a competitive fire that tries to bring it out of them. But until you finish the job and you get that championship, just go to work every day.
Announced at the NBA All-Star Weekend that Mulkey is one of the 4 Women's Committee finalists for the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. The Baylor baseball team opened its season with a weekend series against Houston Baptist.
The Baylor baseball
They
team
showed
took
some
down Houston Baptist.
Expectations of what we can see from the rest of the team this year.
The Baylor baseball team took down Houston Baptist 2-1 in their opening series here at the Baylor ballpark and finished their last game with 12 hits and 6 runs.
First weekend, some big situations for guys that have never been in before, and so I just wanted them to be able to get through it. And luckily, we're able to get 2 out of 3 from a team that really competed well the whole weekend. So I'm excited about where we're going, the guys that we have in there, and it's going to be some interesting next couple weeks for sure.
Now that the first weekend's done, got the first 3 game jitters out of the way, I think you're going to see us start getting more comfortable in our shoes, getting to play actual games against actual teams, getting more comfortable with each other with that and not just playing each other. So I think you'll start to see us play with more confidence and as a better team.
Baylor planned on facing the Dallas Baptist Patriots next on February 20th, but due to weather forecast, their game has been canceled. The Bears will instead travel to Los Angeles to face 11th-ranked UCLA in a 3-game weekend series. For Lariat TV News Today, this is Elizabeth Tharp reporting. The Baylor softball team is off to an impressive start, winning its first 7 games. That's the best the Bears have done since the team opened with 9 straight wins in 2015. After taking down 2 ranked teams over the weekend, the Lady Bears jumped to number 8 in the NFCA Top 25 Coaches Poll and were also slated number 10 in the ESPN.com and USA Softball Collegiate Top 25 poll. The Lady Bears are the second highest Top 25 team in the Big 12, trailing 4th-ranked Oklahoma. The team is currently preparing for its next game against Jackson State at 3 p.m. Friday at Getterman Stadium. And that's sports.
And that's Lariat TV News Today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on Friday.